This episode of the Red Bull Rant is brought to you by the fine patrons that support us through patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. You can be a patron too for the low price of $1 a month, and you can get exclusive content every month, including a monthly wrap-up for the New York Red Bulls. We want to spend a special shout-out to our patron who supports us at $5 a month. That is our producer-level credit. Thank you, Jeremiah Dempster, for supporting the show. Now, on to the podcast.
The Red Bull Rant is a free-flowing podcast with three soccer-loving idiots who don't know when to shut their dumb potty mouths. So listener discretion, yeah, it's pretty much advised.
Welcome, my friends. Show never ends. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. Wow. That's the first time ever I blanked on saying my name.
Yeah, it's something.
I'm your host, Jason Ipico.
I'm Truman. You probably blanked because Pat's not here because he's ill.
Really? I don't know why that would stop me. Anyway.
This title. Yeah, this is episode 263, and we're calling it Discs That Don't Miss.
Yeah, I don't know what that move is.
Well, that's up for
That's what Google's for later.
That's right.
You know who got the smackdown laid on him?
Yeah, you know who got dissed.
Yeah. NYCFC came to Red Bull Arena and just got absolutely destroyed. 4-0 by the Red Bulls. Oh, so happy I was there.
They were destroyed 65 seconds in, right?
And then
70 seconds in, whatever it was.
They were down 2 goals within the first 180 seconds.
Yeah.
Wait, was it in the third minute or fourth minute?
It was in the third. I mean, technically the fourth minute, but it was
okay.
3 plus.
So then the first 240 seconds, either way.
Anyway, it was fun. It was fun to watch.
There's YouTube videos longer than it took for them to score 2 goals.
Yeah. I think there's Vines longer. And Vine's not even a thing anymore.
I know, it's dead. Oh, man. I told you on the way to the game, this is my first Derby day that I've been to.
Yep.
Oh, so fucking good.
And a game that I would say a large portion of fans were very nervous about.
I mean, nobody on this show called it even close to. You guys called draws, but
right. Even
then, you were hesitating about it. You were like, "I'm holding a draw because I think it could happen," but like none of us thought it was good. So, let me phrase it this way: we thought they could win, but we thought they weren't.
Right.
That's what it came down to.
Right. But the simple fact was the game was over, like we said, in the 4th minute. I mean, that game, it was over, done in the 4th minute.
And they were just NYCFC was just listless throughout the rest of the game.
Yep.
And they're the best part, and because I sat near them, because the seats I was in was near the NYC fans. It was so good hearing them go quiet 5 minutes in. And the loudest they were in the game was the "fuck your t-shirts" chant, which we'll get to in a minute. But that was the loudest they got, and that was shut down by fans using their shirts as rally towels, or what do you want to call them?
Yeah.
Oh, so good. All right, so let's do tweets and emails first. So
let's dig in.
Let's do the tweets first.
Okay. Well, since they won, not a lot of tweets. Not a lot of tweets. We had some fun memes. People were sending memes around, some other stuff, but I'll just read the 2 that were sent directly to us. Oh, and I'm going to mention something else. Before I read these tweets, let me just mention that our good friend Rich Ransom is now ready to join the Red Bull, the Red Bulls Phillies supporters. Philly Red Bull supporters or whatever.
So wait, was that what that meant? That tweet? I thought it was just him showing that there was Red Bull supporters in Philly.
Yeah, I believe he's ready to join, and I'll mention why later in the show.
Okay,
definitely get to that. But anyway, on to the actual tweets. Couple of them here. Thomas Holbert said, good luck finding anything to dislike about that game. That was as good as a performance as I've seen this season. Yeah, I mean, hard to disagree with that. And then Casey Jones, Grateful Shred 23, said that performance was Red Bull playing to the level we all know they can. Grateful to have witnessed that beatdown in person. And yes, he did say he was bringing the fan down for that game. So, unfortunately, we didn't run into him. But yeah, what a treat, right? What a treat for everyone that was there. Of course, Blue fans wanted to go on and on about how we didn't fill the stadium, but late arriving crowd as always.
Yeah.
And I'm just throwing it out there. Unless it's MLS Cup final, I just don't see those corners getting filled. The top corners, they're just, I don't know, they're like dead zones.
Yeah, we talked about that. It's a little weird because they're not bad seats. No,
it's just, I don't know. Like we said, we understand the ones by the away fans, but those other corners, I don't know. It's very strange.
So, did you get Thomas Holbert's second tweet, by the way?
Oh yeah, he said fans acting like morons is part of the course with the blue team, but on the field, nothing but positives today.
Yep,
I did.
There was one more. I think it wasn't tied to the game, but when I was tweeting from the Red Bull Rant account talking about the fuck the t-shirt chant, and Annalise Bender said in response, and so many of them left with bushels of them, meaning NYC fans that were leaving with the t-shirts that they didn't want.
Yeah. Which is funny because I'm sure some of them will use it for, we're going to burn their shirt, man. We're going to burn their shirt. Oh, no. You're going to burn a T-shirt made from some corporation that we don't care about that doesn't even have the Red Bull logo on it? Oh, no.
I thought it had like a very small logo.
I don't believe so now. Let me see which one this is.
My shirt's not next to me, so I can't tell you.
I see. This is the year before. This one actually has the logo on it. I don't have the other one on me, but I don't think it did. I'd have to look again, though.
I thought, anyway,
no one cares. It doesn't count.
And then there was one more I saw. Where was it? I think it was like the next day. The next day, Jeremiah at Redcoat J. This was in response to the highlight video that we retweeted. He goes, the appropriate soundtrack of the highlight video would be the sound of dozens of Smurfs gently weeping.
As my Smurfs gently weeps.
All right. An email, Jeremiah Dempster wrote us in, and I normally don't read the subject of the emails, but I have to read this one. Smurfs occur.
Smurfassacre?
It's Smurf dash SSACRE. As in like the last in the massacre.
Right, no, but I think we could, I'm going to say Smurfassacre.
That works. So, by the way, I like that every time he writes us now, he's changing the two. Like, you know how you started email letters like, dear whoever?
Mm-hmm.
So I think last week was like, dear ranters.
Mm-hmm.
This week it's rant and roll.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's getting creative on his emails.
All right.
So rant and roll. No question here, but I have so many thoughts about this game, I'll just offer two. First, I take back any questioning of playing Kaku centrally while I was only trying to wonder at his best position after the run form he's on and seeing how much work he puts in from that central spot. Anyone else see him chasing back almost every ball that was lost in the front? I hope he stays at 10 spot for every game the rest of the season. Long live Kaku. Secondly, regardless of how you feel about whether the Smurfs are our real rivals or not, DC, Philly and the Revs, or whoever else is geographically close enough to hate aren't New York teams. We want to claim other teams as our real rivals. We got to own this area first. This ass beating comes courtesy of NY being red still. Have a great week.
And as much as I despise DC United, I mean, this is numero uno because you saw it in ticket sales.
And I hate to say, but the energy for this game is watch the game that happens for DC later in the year. I guarantee the energy is not at this point.
Right. And listen, I hate DC. I despise them, and I know there is a chance of not our rivals and stuff, but it happens. It doesn't mean we hate DC less. It's just
we're hating New York City more.
Right, yeah. Again, the ticket sales and the reaction after we won that game. All you need to know. The players' reactions after winning this game.
Well, players' reactions after the first goal was enough because Kaku ran over the corner flag and was basically taunting the NYC fans.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let's get into our likes, dislikes. So, what did you dislike about this game?
Here's the problem. Aside from the sky blue loss that we went to, this was a rather flawless day. We found the perfect parking spot, right?
We did. Yes,
we watched the perfect game. We had no hassle get to the second game. It's near impossible to find something to dislike. Now I know you're going to mention the a-holes, so I don't want to cover it.
No, I'm not going to cover that as my dislike.
I guess I'm going to make something up. I'm just going to make up saying Royer. Wasn't he the one that hit the crossbar? Who hit the crossbar right towards the end, just before Derek Etienne scored?
I think it was Royer.
All right, I guess that's it. What's the hate?
I do have something actually.
Okay, we'll go.
My favorite whipping topic, the referees. And listen, I saw a lot of people. I only really saw one person complain, and they were. I agree. They're saying if this hadn't been a 4-0 win, we would have been all over the refs, and I agree about that. Because this game in the first half should have been 5-0. There were 2 clear handballs in the box that weren't called.
Right.
And True. I was there. I was on my side of the field for both of them. Like I was literally like next to the like right behind the linesman over his shoulder. I could see the play.
Mm-hmm.
And both times nothing. And when I went back to watch the game on ESPN, oh my God, they missed those 2. The first one, maybe you can claim something. I don't think you can. The second one, he fucking carried the ball for like a second with his arm.
True. That's true.
And then how many times did New York City going for hard tackles with nothing?
Right.
Like, for the most part, we've all kind of ignored it because, fuck it, we won 4-0. Why are you going to complain? But,
right.
I mean, come on. Like, the referee still got to do a better job than that.
Hey, since you mentioned when you watch the game later, I now have a dislike. I have an official one.
Is it something about watching the game on ESPN?
Yeah, it was nearly impossible to find on the ESPN app on my Roku. It was nearly impossible to find.
It's because the stupid ESPN Plus stuff they added. They fucked up the navigation on it.
Yep, it was. I mean, I'm Mission Impossible's on my TV right now. That's what it was. It was Mission Impossible. And I thought after I was done watching the game, my screen would melt. It was like self-destruct. Oh my God, it was ridiculous.
I'm throwing a dislike in for the ESPN app because now on the Roku, it doesn't have an option to hide spoilers, and they're putting scores in the title.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah, so like there was like a baseball game, and it was like, I don't remember the game, but just for example, it was like Yankees 1, Red Sox 0. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, if I wanted to watch the whole game, you just fucking ruined it when I get into your app. Like,
yeah, that's a huge bummer.
So I understand wanting to have it there, but give me the option of hiding spoilers, but they didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. All right. Likes the game. What did you like the most?
I liked it. I think we could officially say that Kaku is fully integrated into the system. I don't think Jesse has to worry about it anymore.
You sure? I mean, we're going to Colorado. He's not used to altitude, right?
Right? What an absolute phenomenal game from this guy. It has to be the number one. I mean, the number 2 is Bradley scoring again on this team. It's 11 of his. How many goals does he have? 93 or whatever the hell it is.
Should be 93, I think.
He has 11 of his goals are against one team.
Well, so I haven't fact checked it, but there was a tweet I showed you when we were at the Sky Blue game. I showed you a tweet. All-time leading goal scorers in the NYCFC Red Bulls series.
Mm-hmm.
BWP is first, and the whole of NYC is second with 10.
It's amazing. But yeah, all right. Well, I got to get back to Kaku.
So right field's, by the way, 92 goals.
Okay, all right, and 11 of us are against one team.
Yep.
But yeah, Kaku, just absolutely phenomenal in this game. I don't know. What could you like more? Him cleaning up the rebound from BWP's initial shot, both of his passes, that the pass for BWP scored was just, it was so tremendous. What an unbelievable game for this guy. Really just simply amazing.
Yeah. It's hard to really find. Well, I mean, I guess it's not hard to find anything, but it's hard to find something that like is different because most people are going to point to that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not that this is my but I like but I love the fact that Taylor Twellman was basically saying why the fuck wasn't Kaku in the CONCACAF Champions League,
right?
It's like, yeah, we've been saying that for weeks now.
Where you been there? Where you been? Not watching.
Thank you for validating our opinions. My like's going to be the fact that Robles only had to make one save in this game. Because, I mean, that's unfortunately, like, when we've lost, that's been the problem, was just too many shots let in.
And that was the one at the end of the first half, right?
Which was, I think, a ricochet. Like, it wasn't even like it was an actual pass to set it up. It was more like a ricochet that just happened to fall right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he only had to, like, make the one save.
And which, mind you, if that's his only save, NYCFC did come out firing in the first maybe 10 minutes of the second half. You know, they really tried to kind of dictate the play. And if they did all that and still didn't get a shot on net, that's amazing.
Oh, man. I just looked up. This is amazing. I'm looking up so this is from, I guess Google pulled the stats from somewhere. So total shots, 12-8 New York Red Bulls. Shots on target, 6-1 Red Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
Possession, 61-39 NYC.
It's amazing. Well, high press counter.
61% at home. And look what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. A throttling.
So yeah.
I mean, you put the stake in the heart in the first half. I mean, in the first 4 minutes, you killed them. They were bleeding out, and then you slit their throat right after the third goal.
All right, so I'm just going to go into afterthoughts.
Yep.
I'm going to save. I'm going to go negative first because I want to come back to one that's happier. I talked about this. If you guys if you're our patrons, one, thank you. Two, you've heard our post-game ride-along craziness.
Yeah, it was something.
So yeah, hey, by the way, you should go if you're not a patron, $1 a month. I believe this is probably the best patron exclusives that we've done so far.
Yeah, so many guests in this one.
Yeah. Anyway, the NYC fans and their fucking throwing T-shirts that they rolled up to make them hard and hurt people. I believe the first one that was thrown came in my direction, and it was 3 feet away from hitting me in the back of the head. So thank you for not actually giving me a concussion. That was good. But just the general, why I don't understand why anytime they show up they have to pull some shit like this. Like, why can't they just act like fucking human beings and not?
Because they're shitty fans.
But it's not even like the official supporters. Like, fans. It's not even just official supporters though, which makes it worse.
I didn't say supporters. I said fans. Bad. Fans.
And I had to caveat it because there were Red Bulls fans that were pulling the same shit by throwing stuff back into the upper deck.
Right. Bad fans.
Yeah. No, don't do that.
Shame.
But the New York City fans were rolling shirts up, dousing them in what I hope was beer, throwing them down onto the field, and eventually said, fuck it, we're going to start throwing beer cans because we've run out of T-shirts. Thankfully, nobody got hit. I think one landed near referee, but didn't actually hit him, like a few feet away. And whoever the security guard and the grounds guy, which not even the grounds guy, it was just a New York Red Bulls employee. The employee had to get a penny, put it on because he was jumping over the board so many times to clean up the shirts. They had to mark him off that he wasn't officially on the team.
Man.
And then I'm going to end on this. The bet. Well, do you have anything to add? Because I want to end on mine.
Oh, you mean just what? Just random thoughts of the game?
Yeah, any afterthoughts? I want to end the NYC stuff on my afterthought. So.
Yeah, okay, sure. It was nice to see Derek Etienne score. After early in the game, you could have sworn he had a shot of scoring, and he just wasn't, I don't know, big enough, quick enough to kind of put the ball into an empty net. And then he gets a great goal. Ball that just kind of fed right to him. After that crossbar shot. So that was nice to see him score, and he did the ice in his veins again. So yeah, and that 4 different people scored for this team. It wasn't BWP doing all the work. I mean, Velo scored the second, So, any other thoughts? Listen, it was such a perfect day. It was just, what a wonderful time.
And one of the best things, this is what I want to end on.
Okay.
One of the best things was watching the broadcast again when they pulled David Villa.
Oh, yeah.
And he goes over the bench. He's just carrying the captain's armband as he walks off the field. Gives it to whoever was coming on because he didn't feel like walking to somebody else to hand him the armband.
Yep. And it was nice seeing them quit, and that's what it was.
When he gets to the bench, doesn't shake Vera's hand, just takes the water bottle, goes sits on the second row of seats, and just looks all dejected.
Yep. Waving the white flag at 3-0. Loved it. Loved it.
So
and he has still not scored at Red Bull Arena.
Yeah. Was it 5 games? No. 1, 2, 3, 4. If he's played all of them, this would be 6. Because the whole 2 years home, 1 year home thing. So
right,
or 2 games home, one home thing. Yeah. All right. So predictions. None of us got it right, so nothing happens.
This is now apparently just becoming a weekly thing that no one's going to get anything right, not even close to right.
Yeah. All right, so let's see if we can be right this week, though. The Red Bulls are traveling to Colorado Saturday, May 12th at 9 p.m. The game will be broadcast on MSG, ESPN Plus. I guess that's it. Colorado this year not doing so great. 2-4-2 record for 8 points. 2-1-1 at home. -1 goal difference overall. Pat, unfortunately, obviously can't be here, but he did give us his prediction. He's saying a 2-1 win on the road for the Red Bulls. And by the way, after the all red jersey, now we're getting all white.
Oh, I love those too.
They said it's, well, I got to find the tweet because it was. I thought it was a great tweet that they add in. Oh, that's right. So it says way out in Colorado Saturday, and then in parentheses, no, there's no snow in the forecast.
Finally.
So, what do you think is going to happen on Saturday?
Well, here's my thought process. If they want to be a great team, you got to win on the road. Okay. And they've done that once so far. And that one time they came out with the full lineup. No more B squads, no Champions League to worry about. And they, etched out a result in LA. So team that's under 500, if you want to be the man, you got to kick this team when they're down. They're not great in Colorado, but listen, there can't be a letdown after this game. You just can't let down after it. So let's get crazy, and I'm saying they're going to win, and I'm going to say they're going to win 2-0. Colorado, again, not great. That's probably the best way to describe it. And the Red Bulls, pretty good when scoring goals. So I don't know. I like their chances. There's nothing really in Colorado that scares me. Yeah, again, from what? Playing in high altitude, I guess. That's...
Come on, Kaku's not used to altitude.
Yeah. So we want to start feeling good about this team again. That's what we want. We want the good feels back, and I think this would be a fantastic road win for them.
I'm also going to call a win. I'm going to say 3-1.
Okay.
I feel like it's going to be 3-0, and then like Colorado gets like a feel good goal kind of thing. Because we are on the road, so we can't have it just a shutout.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to happen. But if the Red Bulls, as much as we squeaked out a win in LA, they've played the last 2 weeks consistently, and that's something that's important.
Right.
You can say they played better against NYC because I think the LA, they were playing on the road against a crowd that was all amped up because of Zlatan Ibrahimovic, so they didn't play completely balls to the wall like they did in this game. But if they can keep playing like 95% of what they did against NYC, they can get on a good run. And that's what's important. And like you said, they need to beat down a team that's not great.
And a team that they are better than. Let's just say it. Like,
well, they're not even great. They're not even a good team right now.
Right.
And I'm gonna use this analogy, and I think you're gonna groan at it. They need to treat this team like Big Cash treated the stand-in Daniel Bryan.
Oh,
kick them and then just keep beating them on anyway.
Oh, jeez.
I had to. I thought of it. I had to do it.
Oh, WWE.
Well, no, that was all him.
No, I'm just saying it's WWE's idea.
Oh, well, part of it. Not the beatdown after he's on the ground. Apparently. All right. Anyway. And New York Red Bulls 2, they drew their game against Nashville FC this past weekend.
That's all they do now, apparently. They just draw games.
Well, I mean, you can't. It's not a loss, so you at least get some points.
It's true.
They have no game this weekend, but they're playing next Wednesday. They're traveling to the Bethlehem Steel for a weirdly 5 p.m. kickoff.
Where am I going to be?
Hopefully at the game.
I guess I should be, right? I guess I don't have an excuse, except for if I better make sure I get out of work early.
So here's a question.
Okay.
Bethlehem Steel, does their field not have lights?
You know what? I never looked.
Because that's the only thing I could think of why this game's at 5.
I don't know. Maybe the team needs to get the early bird special afterwards. I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
I'm not sure. Remind me when I probably go next week, and I'll look.
All right, let's see. Goodman Stadium. Looks like it doesn't have lights, according to Wikipedia. Which probably explains why it's 5 p.m.
Yeah, well, at least they're not playing another 11 a.m. game.
Yeah, that would just be weird.
Yeah. Wow, so they're really making me hustle on this one. This is going to kind of suck. If I get there, it's going to be barely.
And you're going to have to fight school traffic, aren't you?
No, because I can take the highway right there, and it won't be too bad, actually.
Okay.
I say the highway at 5 o'clock won't be bad. Who am I kidding?
It's all right. Today, coming home from work, it was thankfully for me, it was going against the direction I was going in.
Mm-hmm.
But there was like it was like a Ride to Unite, or I forget what the exact charity is, but basically a police and first responders support like bike ride that they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've shown you the picture of what's by my house. Like there's 2 bridges by my house, and if one shuts down for any reason, it just creates fucking havoc.
Right.
But they decided they're going to bike over the one bridge, which legally they can do. But of course, because they're doing this organized bike ride, they're getting a police escort. So they're shutting down the intersection as they come off the bridge. I'm so glad I caught the tail end of it, because if I had to sit there in that traffic, it would have sucked.
Oh, yeah. Oh, traffic.
And that's only because I left work at like 5:15. If I had left any earlier, I would have been okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, Sky Blue FC. We were there in attendance on Saturday.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the good mojo from the Red Bulls didn't carry over. They almost did it. They lost 3-2 to Houston Dash. What happened was in the second half, they were down 1-0, scored, then gave up a goal
immediately
right away, then scored and gave up a goal right away.
Yeah.
So it's just unfortunate that, anytime they were making some momentum, they just gave it right back.
But we did have a good time.
We did.
And Cloud9 is always a good crew to hang out with. So we definitely had fun.
And we met a listener of the show.
Yep.
I wish I remembered his name, because now I would want to give him a shout out. But
hello, listener.
Yes. You know who you are. You're the one that was talking to us about. I thought this was the funniest thing ever. Or at least I thought it was funny. He's talking about how waiting for a win from Sky Blue is like being a single person who hasn't been with anybody in a few months. Like, as soon as you get that win, the itch is scratched, basically. I was like, man, I'm glad I don't follow this team full time at the moment, because
right, it's tough, and it's just going to be tough all year for them.
Yeah. And since we were there, the thing I noticed the most was that they just had trouble making that breakthrough pass.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, their right back didn't know how to deal with somebody with speed.
No, well, again, I think even Jen said the defense was pretty much all brand new, and it showed.
Yeah.
It definitely showed. It also didn't help that the goalie punched the ball into her own net. So,
I mean, when that happens, that's all bets are off. But
yeah, never good.
Do you have any thoughts about the Sky Blue game?
Well, nothing to add. We had a good time. Just they had ice cream, so that was nice.
Yeah, they have an ice cream truck, an empanada truck. I didn't get the empanadas. I just thought it was interesting they had an empanada truck.
Yeah.
And if you have a chance, it really is worth going. Just to be out seeing some soccer. There was maybe like 1,000 fans there. I think. I might be overestimating, but I think it was like 1,000 at most.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you're good with being a supporter, go with Cloud9.
Yep.
It's a fun time.
Yep.
All right. So, dumping ground. We only have one thing we're going to discuss.
Yeah, and that is Wayne Rooney's tour of playing on teams that I despise apparently might continue. The last update I've heard is that it's 50-50. That he could be leaving Everton and going to DC United. Gross. I hope he keeps his hair plugs back in England. I guess this is DC's move to bring people into the new stadium because I even think the Raccoons don't even want to watch this team anymore. They are trash.
I mean, it's not necessarily a bad move for them.
No, they're trash. I mean, they've only played 5 games, which is clearly I think San Jose's only played 5 too. So let me make sure. Oh no, they played 7 games. So 7 games compared to like Atlanta, who's played 10. Still, they stink. They really stink. So I guess they needed something to start bringing the fans in, and a Wayne Rooney who can't even play at Everton anymore.
Yeah, he's the leading goal scorer at Everton.
Yeah. So
that's why I stopped watching this year. I just gave up.
Yep. So there's unless he plays for the Dallas Cowboys, he's running out of teams to go play for that I completely hate. Thoughts?
I don't know. If he shows up, I'm pretty sure it's going to be fun watching him lose. So,
and the other kick in the pants is, again, what's everyone going to say about Major League Soccer if he signs?
Yeah, it's not like Henry or Ibrahimovic who are still like. It seems clear Rooney is on a downswing in his career.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can argue that Henry could have still played at a top level when he came over here.
Right.
Ibrahimovic could have still played at a top level when he came over here. But I think it's obvious right now that Rooney is not considered a elite player anymore.
No.
So yeah, that's
oof. Oh yeah. But you know what? If he does, it'll make those Red Bulls games a little bit more interesting. And unfortunately, people are going to come out with their stupid Manchester United shirts on.
Well, at least those will be black at some point.
Yeah, I guess.
And red does technically work for DC United.
Well, I mean, you can't ask fans to actually wear like a DC United shirt. They'll just show up in their Manchester United shirts.
I mean, we have fans.
Wayne Rooney. I'm going to go see him play.
I mean, we have fans that show up in Red Bull Arena with other jerseys too. So
right, yeah, right.
Like I think I remember the one year I was staying outside the stadium and I counted like 40-something teams that had nothing to do with the Red Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, it's just yeah, we're not getting over that anytime soon.
Nope.
All right, so I'm assuming you have nothing else because I have nothing else for something.
I got nothing else.
All right. So all that leaves us left with is your terrible team of the week.
And it's going to be my team who, again, I am sticking, even though DC United is terrible, I'm sticking with them to still finish at the very bottom of the East Conference, and that's Philadelphia. Because, I mean, yes, these are 2 shutout road losses, but still, they lost to Toronto, who, by the way, just lost at home to Seattle last night. And they lost on the road to Columbus. And they can't even score goals. They are absolutely wretched. So doubling up on Philly for getting terrible team of the week. And I know last night's game, I guess, counts as this weekend, but I don't care. It happened before we recorded. So Philly is going to continue to be complete and utter garbage. And good for them. And like I said, Rich Ransom is looking to get out. So Rich, you're welcome to come to the dark side. Be a fan of a real team. I mean, it's just painful to watch them. I watched part of the game. It's brutal. Brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, and poor Tommy Smith. Remember when Tommy Smith called Champions League games? This is what he's been reduced to. He's the Philly color guy.
Man, that's so sad.
Yep.
All right, should we wrap this one up now?
Let's wrap it up.
All right, you can visit us at patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. That's patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. $1 a month, all you need to listen to our exclusive content, like the April wrap-up with Ariel Castillo, who we got just in time, by the way.
Yep.
I don't know. Did she announce where she's going yet?
Nope.
Okay. But we got her last week with HLeagueSoccer.com, so there you go. And our NYC wrap-up, right along, SBF, Sky Blue FC thing, which I think the last 10 minutes was just nothing, like pure insanity.
Oh, it was something.
Yeah.
I left at the like towards the end of that show, so someone actually took my place.
Yeah, I don't know how that was possible, but they managed to do it.
Yep.
You can visit us, you can email us, redbullrant@gmail.com. You can call us at 973-348-5329 if you want to hear a voice on the show. Facebook.com/Red Bull Rant. I swear one of these days I'm actually going to start posting again. If I don't, I might just delete the Facebook page. I mean, who actually uses Facebook that much anymore?
Parents.
Yeah. And this is obviously not a show for, well, I mean, it's a show for parents, but not for their kids.
Right.
Twitter at Red Bull Rant for the show, at Doc the Stooge for myself, at PMEC, DA2 for Pat, at The Truman for Truman. Subscribe to our show via iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, SoundCloud. And starting as of last week, we are now going to have all our episodes on YouTube.
All right.
The reason for that, I was hoping that YouTube would be able to start doing transcription of audio. I haven't checked last week to see if that actually worked, but I do know people listen to YouTube. Like I have a Google Home device, and you can make that your default for audio. So hey, if you like to use YouTube, there you go. We're now there. All right. Any last words before we get out of here?
July 21st is Forza Lucha this year. If you want to be a sponsor, you should probably get a hold of me or email forzalucha@gmail.com. We could definitely use sponsors. It helps offset the cost of the show. So all the money that we raise the day of the show goes right to the charity. AIDS Resource Foundation for Children in Newark, New Jersey. So yeah, hit me up. I can give you the details. Sponsor a wrestler, sponsor a match. If you have a business, it doesn't cost that much to get your business's name on the banner. It really isn't. And it's all going to a great cause. So yeah, listen, you can sponsor the show for $10. We'll put your name on the credits at the end of the video. So yeah. Hit me up, and hey, Red Bulls win.
Yeah. Let's win in Colorado. And if you're traveling, please practice. What I'm trying to think of the right word.
I was going to say get high as fuck. I
was going to say moderation.
Oh, all right. Yeah, sure.
Because you want to make sure you don't get arrested when you come back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they'll be all right.
All right. So for Truman and myself, this has been episode number 263 of the Red Bull Rant. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, go Red Bulls.
Peace out.